So Schuzelt is getting his EX job. Now, as a regular 99 MR unit, I haven't really found much of a use for him. He is a soldier, he has the ranger subjob, so he can do missile attack, high power slash attacks, and also drain force, but overall his stats at 99 were so lackluster that it was really hard to use him. I think I've only played against him one in a class match, and while he was okay, he was not instrumental in the enemy team's victory or anything like that. Now though, as a EX unit, he's interesting. I would not call him great. The TLDR version is, if you want a lightning greatsword user that can also use missile attacks, you should probably wait for Cloud, because Cloud will be way better. Still though, let's take a look at Schuzelt, his stats, his abilities, and see how we can make use of him in our divisions. So, first of all, the stats. I'm going to compare him with two other EX Job soldiers. One of them is Winter Ramada, we don't have her yet. But overall, his stats are pretty close. At 26 HP, he is the tankiest one. He also has some base defense, which the other soldiers do not have. One thing I really like about him is the fact that he's a base move 4 unit. He has one of his job nodes that gives him move +1, so he's actually more mobile than the other characters. And since, well, we know soldiers need to get close to deal their damage, that's really good. Also resistant to charm, which is a good thing, but it's weird enough, all these characters have charm resistance for some reason. He has okay luck, not great, so his accuracy will not be through the roof, but he has sharpshoot, so he should not worry about that too much. His main drawback is his low speed at 55 agility, and then 439 attack is really good, but he doesn't have any defense penetration in his kit, so that can definitely hold him back. Now, looking at his stats, I think if you want to build Schuzelt, you have to use all the Blossoms and take him all the way to 120. There are two reasons for that. First, his EX new ability is his best out of his EX job, but also he gets only 2 points of agility, moving from 99 to 115, and then from 115 to 120, he gets another 3 points of agility. Since he's already a pretty slow unit, he needs every single bit of agility he can get. So if he's not at 120, I don't think he'll be very usable. He'll be too slow, and he also loses out on a little bit of his precious HP and attack. So yeah, if you want to invest into his EX job, it's going to cost you the full complement of Blossoms. Then if we take a look at the actual abilities, first of all, his Hazard form will protect him from Paralysis, Stop, and Doom for 3 turns. That is good in some matchups, completely useless in some other matchups, but he frequently uses this ability since it's the only TP ability in his main job, so it is good to have an upgrade for it, I guess. Then his Grim Sword that inflicts Doom is upgraded to deal more damage. That's his shortest range ability, and even at 210 damage, it's not his hardest hitting one. It's not in an AoE. It's a really bad upgrade to get, honestly. Even if you do land Doom, what are the chances the enemy will actually live for 4 turns and not kill your entire team? So, pretty useless ability. Even EX upgraded, I don't think it's good. His new ability, though, is actually pretty strong. He consumes some of his own HP to hit in an AoE, and then has a chance to stop. If you're planning on EXing Winter Ramada, she will have the exact same EX upgrades, so it's kind of a lazy design, I guess, that they would give the exact same thing to 2 units, but that is how it is. This new ability is pretty good. If you put Schuzelt at a high faith, he's going to get one-shotted by magic attacks, but in exchange, he has an AoE high chance to stop. We've seen Agrias use Judgment Blade a lot and stop people in the early days of the game, and it was really good. This will be just as strong, except it will actually deal even more damage. So what are some ways this guy could be used? Well, he could be used as another Lightning Missile unit. We know how strong Lightning Missile is with Frederica and Nivlu. This guy has Sharpshoot, not Barrage, but still. And he can hunt squishy characters pretty well. We'll see a build in a minute. He can reach a pretty high total attack. Especially when we'll get Cloud's release and he has a Lightning Element Greatsword, he's going to be very strong. But the thing is, he doesn't have defense penetration, so he can hardly hit tanks. He really has to go after these squishier targets. He could also be used as what I like to call an RNG carry, where he uses his base move 4 and long enough range on his top move to try to rush into the enemy team, bomb them in an AoE stop, and potentially stop several enemy team members. Otherwise, He'll be good for some limited content. The eventual lightning selection quest would be something, or in some class matches if you want a mono lightning missile team of some sort and you're wondering how to use an MR unit in there, he could do good as well. Now here's an example of a build that I called the "Stop Right There, Criminals Come" build, where he would simply use Kitone's TMR to increase his own mobility, and then move in and try to AoE stop the enemy team. While waiting for the enemy team to be in range, he could potentially use Sharpshoot or deal some damage at a range using the Curl Esper to increase his damage. Or you could replace Curl with Odin and then try to go in, stop people, and drain force them to death afterwards. So there are a couple options. He will mainly struggle with AP generation, but I'm thinking if you're running him like this, he's probably paired with a Frederica or a Cloud or a really heavy hitter that is going to want Bells more than he does. So that's the general idea here. He has 6,000 HP, which isn't bad, almost 1,200 attack, but 76 agility is low, and with low defenses, he'll go down in 2 hits. But 6,000 HP on a guy with Drain Force is not bad, so there could be uses where he performs pretty well. So overall, is he worth building? Well, he has Drain Force, which is very interesting. I believe he's the only Lightning Drain Force user in the game, so that's one thing. Lightning is a strong element, and he's a switch hitter, which is really cool. But Cloud's coming. He's going to have a better main job using two-handed attacks, slash attacks, chains, and whatnot. He also has Ranger, but he has Barrage, which Schuzelt does not. So overall, I mean, if you're planning on pulling for Cloud and building him, don't invest in Schuzelt, I think. There will be some plays, I think every unit has its place in the game, but honestly, he's not the most impressive of EX jobs. So that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe, and then as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.